There on this. There are a couple of things about this policy that are very special to me. First of all, there is this notion that we shouldn't assume that people can't telework. We're assuming people can telework, and it's for the manager and the employee to sort of sort out when that really doesn't make sense, like you're running the child care center. You know, you kind of need to come to work to do that. So we're assuming mobile work, telework is in your life, not out of your life, and working it that way, rather than making the justification in the other direction. But more important to me than almost anything is that we are really facing down telework as a team sport. I think when you are mobile working, when you are not at your desk, you are relying on your team to understand where you are, to know how to get in touch with you, for you to know how to get in touch with them. And this is about culture, trust. It's not about a bunch of rules, but it is about the sense of teamwork that we all need to have. And I think as we're going forward, we're becoming more collaborative, more team-based, and our policies, we hope, support that and continue to push us in that direction. No longer do we sit all by ourselves in an office, and no longer do we sit all by ourselves when we aren't in our office. I want to basically and fundamentally say that I think telework policies are going to be evolving. We're going to be learning through this process. We're going to be finding out where and how we can be ever clearer about what this is all about, but mostly it's about the future workspace and the future work we're doing as a federal government, and therefore how do we do that work better. And as that work evolves, we need to evolve our behaviors and our compacts with each other about how to do that well. So our telework policy right there on the desk is a really exciting moment going forward. I want to acknowledge that there has been, I think, a lot of learning in this process about telework and mobile work. And we are trying to move the steps forward to understand really how the modern world is working. It's important to nail down certain things in terms of telework, but it's also important for us to keep leaning forward into the full concept of mobile working. And I think this is an important step for us to take doing that. So with that, let me just be sure if there's something else I was supposed to have said. With that, I would like to turn it over to John Berry, who's come all the way across this city to join us. He gets just to walk through a tunnel, and he can share some of his thoughts and congratulate the team that's been working on this.
Martha, thanks to you and the whole team. I mean, everybody who has just done such a phenomenal job on this. What is so fun to come, you know, growing up in this town and, you know, living here during the riots and where this part of the town was especially hard hit. And to see it come back and become another vibrant part of the city again and knitted into the community of this great city is phenomenal. And GSA, again, you know, on that front, Martha, you are leading the way. You know, your anchor tenancy here, along with so many of the other federal agencies. Boy, it's so dynamic. You know, you come by, you see the Whole Foods and the Potbelly and all of the restaurants that are coming open, and this is an area of the city that's on the move, and it's thanks to you. And it's really fun to see. But we're here today to talk about telework. And I want to just thank all of the team members who have worked so hard on this to help make this great success. You know, you all are leading the way, and it is phenomenal to be here to support and to cheerlead. You know, we are about to enter another snow season. We got all that reminder yesterday, and boy, New England got hit with it early this year. So it's not far behind us, and part of being ready for these weather emergencies, being ready for whatever Mother Nature can throw at us, whether it be shaking ground or whether it be falling ice, we can still continue the operations of our government and do so with great resiliency. And how we do that is through the power of telework. Being ready to get the job done and still being able to get to work safely or get your work done safely by staying home. And working out of your home operation is the key to that success. And mobility, as Martha was saying, also is going to help us keep better workers. Because when their commute now can take 10 seconds, you know, going from the bedroom to the den, or the bedroom to the living room, or the kitchen table, wherever they're working from, it provides that flexibility, and it provides the quality of life that our workers are going to require in the 21st century. It's also going to help take some of the pressure off of what we all know is an overstressed, overburdened transportation network in this region. Whether you're looking at Metro, whether you're looking at our bike trails, whether you're looking at our highways, they're all running at capacity. And for every federal employee that we can take off during those critical moments, that makes it easier for everybody else in the region as well. Now, just to hit on the employee viewpoint survey, if I could, in 2010, we were able to compare teleworkers to those who want to telework but haven't been allowed. And not surprisingly, employees who feel trusted to get their work done beyond their boss's line of sight score higher on all questions related to engagement and satisfaction. Now, I don't need to tell that to the work group, but listen to some of these numbers. This year's survey, which reached a record 500,000 federal workers and brought back 266,000 respondents, told us this: 8% of federal workers telework on a weekly basis. 20% say they have teleworked at least intermittently, about half of these on an unscheduled sort of short-term basis. GSA led the entire government with a telework participation rate of 78%. 78%.
Why do we have buildings?
This is where I hand the crown to Martha. OPM was second, 74%. So it's amazing to see the commitment, Martha, that you're showing in this, and it shows in these numbers as well. To reap the benefits, to boost worker retention, to keep our workforce plugged in through blizzards and hurricanes, we just have to establish telework and mobility practices well before the storm clouds hit us. About a quarter of our federal workforce reported that they don't telework, even though that their job duties would allow it. And it's primarily because their supervisors aren't approving it. It is up to us as leaders to help our supervisors adapt to managing teleworkers and become comfortable with these new systems and new tools for how to work in the 21st century. GSA's new policies that Martha's going to be signing today establish guidelines for managers on exactly that I believe will serve as a model for other agencies as well. It flips the presumption, if you will. As Martha and I have said in previous speeches, presenteeism, the practice of sitting at one's desk without really working, can be just as problematic as absenteeism. And I am an adamant supporter of telework because workers in an effective telework program can only be judged by their results. Those who can't perform and can't improve can no longer hide behind their desks. It is up to managers to give our employees clear direction, support, and trust them to deliver, but ultimately to hold them accountable to the results. And that's what this is all driving towards. Better service for the taxpayer, better results for all Americans, and a stronger, more resilient government for the country. Martha, congratulations, and to the entire team for the phenomenal effort that you have led. You are making our government stronger. You are making our workforce more resilient, and it will withstand whatever, God forbid, gets thrown at us. And I can't thank you enough. It's a great joy to be with you today to help celebrate. Thank you, Martha. Congratulations.